So I think it's come time for me to part ways with the pillow. Because you see what goes on with the pillow is that over the intervening couple years, I've become more of a side sleeper than a back or a belly sleeper. In fact, I've never been able to fall asleep on my back. I've always fallen asleep on my belly with my head cocked one way or the other. But now what's going on is that this pillow is pretty flat. And honestly, I can't remember the last time I got a new pillow. It's been a long time. And so I wake up in the morning, and because my head always tends to be canted, I wake up with a stiff neck, and that don't feel too good. Damn you, pillow! Damn you! Okay, time to do some driving and some vlogging here. So basically what happens to me on the weekends is that I have to be in a mode all throughout the week where I have to be ready to turn it on, snap of the finger. And so when I get done with my final day of the week on Thursday and I come home, I just crash. And typically what happens on Fridays is that I'll wake up and I'll actually be physically sick. I will feel physically sick, physically ill. And it's just basically my body trying to reset itself from the week that I had previously. And it doesn't seem to matter how easy or how hard of a week I had. It's always the same thing on Friday. And so it's just an absolute pain in the rear to force myself up and do stuff on Friday, even though Friday is really the only day of the week right now that I have to accomplish any tasks that I may need to accomplish for the week, such as, paying bills or going grocery shopping. So I always try and have my weekend set up in a manner that I don't have to worry too much about doing much. Here in Cedar Rapids, the fifth season is the season of road construction. I swear sometimes I feel like I'm living in a metropolitan area, even though we're only 130,000 people plus suburbs. Oh, is he gonna make it? He made it. I'm gonna get the green light here, so time to go. So, I'm in Target right now, just doing some pillow hunting. I don't want to try it out because I don't know how many other faces have been on this. So after much consternation, I finally got my pillow. I find that Targets are one of the more sensory-friendly stores around. The interior layout of Targets aren't loud and screaming like all the other stores, and the crowd that Targets tend to attract tend to be the more mature, quieter type, so the store doesn't sound like a party atmosphere when you walk in the place, and they don't crank the music up or anything like that. And plus the lighting setup in Targets, they tend to be focused straight down to the ground, so there's not much scatter from up above. You don't see the light fixtures unless you're under them, and so that's really nice because they use fluorescence. And so I wound up with this pillow, which I will take home and try out, and hopefully I will be able to get a better night's sleep on this one here. But despite my best efforts today inside a Target, I actually did run out of spoons. And right after I picked up the pillow here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna grab this one. I walked about 10 feet down the middle of an aisle, and I suddenly got really disoriented, and I suddenly realized that even though I've been in this Target hundreds of times before, I suddenly recognized nothing about it. And I got lost. I was sitting in the middle of the store, and I sat there for like a good 10 seconds trying to figure out where I was. I mean, it was really, really weird. And so finally I spun around a couple of times looking for things, and finally I figured, okay, that's grocery, so if I go, I'm like, groceries this way, so if I go this way, I'll get to the checkouts. And so I was able to find my way to the front, but I've never had, this really doesn't happen to me too often, and I think what's going on is that I'm just starting to suffer burnout, because with the exception of a week in April, which I had to haggle to get, I have not had vacation since last Thanksgiving. And the thing that sucks about it is that there's just, because of staffing at work, I just can't take any time off. It's just too much of a hassle for me to be gone, and so I'm forced to work even though I'm maxed out on vacation. But yeah, I'm hoping, and it sucks for me because now I'm not going to be able to take time off because we've got some work training coming up at the end of August, and so I can't take off for that. And then we have football, which goes through the middle of October, so it's not going to be around till Halloween that actually I could try and take some vacation. So this really sucks, because I find that my ability to cope is slowly starting to go downhill now, and I'm getting a good night's sleep, but I'm getting closer and closer earlier and earlier in the day to running out of gas. It's not like I don't have a headache or anything. I'm just completely out of gas today. I'm just so out of gas. It's like I'm running on fumes right now. And I've got another, God, what time is it? I got another 3 hours to go. Ugh. At least for the next 3 hours, so I've got a lot of work to do. There's the dawn, but I find that this is a good calming strategy for me, is to put on music like this that's got really slow beat. It definitely tends to help settle my brain down and help me recover a little bit. And so while I work, I'm going to listen to this, and I'm just going to put it on loop. And you know that someone who was on the spectrum thought to do something like this. This feature on CD players it only could have been created by someone on the spectrum. That's an undeniable fact of life. Alright, so I have my pillow, and I'm home for the day. Well, there's our friend the moon. As you can see, it's full. And I'm going to blame you for all this today. My moods definitely do seem to cycle with the moon. But anyways, I had about a half an hour to decompress myself, and I'm feeling better now, so I'm going to go to bed tonight, and I'm going to do a pillow review for all of you tomorrow, so I hope you all like my VEDA vlog for today. This shouldn't have been a stressful day, but yet it was for me, so I'm going to thank you all for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.